Okay, so in this video we are going to look at the levels of cell organization in biology. So now, don't get confused when we talk about cell organization. We are going to explain in detail what it means or what each level under cell organization really mean. So when we talk about the cell organization, we are simply talking about the hierarchical arrangement, the hierarchy arrangement of components within a cell, and the structured grouping of cells into higher levels of complexity, such as, so we have tissues, organs, and organy systems. I'll repeat this definition again. Cell organization is the hierarchical or hierarchy arrangement of components within a cell and the structured grouping of cells into higher levels of complexity, such as tissues, organs, and organy systems. So what does this mean? So this means that this structure, it enables organisms to maintain certain processes like homeostasis. Okay, homeostasis, which is the constant maintenance of the body temperature. Okay, we also have the processes of performing specialized cells or functions, and the process of supporting what life. So in short, this structure enables organisms to maintain homeostasis, perform specialized functions, as well as support life. So we are going to go into detail about each of these cells. So we have a number of these cells which range from 1 to 5. So we are going to explain this in detail. So the first level in cell organization is the cell itself. Now, what is a cell? All living organisms, they have cells. So when we talk about a cell, we are simply talking about the basic unit of what? Of life. Okay, the building block. Others, they define a cell as a building block. Okay, it doesn't matter. Even this one, it is just talking about one and the same, the basic unit of what? Of life. What does it mean, a basic unit of life? It means that all organisms are made of what? Cells. That's why it is called a basic unit of life. In your body, we have cells like red cells, we have white blood cells, we have nerve cells. All these are examples of cells that you have in your body. Now, what do these cells in your body do? One of the major functions of cells is to carry out basic life processes. Processes like respiration, as well as the process of what? Of growth. Under the characteristics of living organisms, if you remember very well, I take you back, we talked about respiration, we also talked about what? The growth. So it is because of these cells that they help in these processes, okay, of respiration, as well as what? The growth. And we said all living organisms, they respire, all living organisms, they grow. So it is important then that as a living organism, you have a cell in your body. The second level is what we call the tissue. Okay, what is a tissue? A tissue is simply just a group of cells. Okay, so you have cells in your body. Now, when those cells come together, they make a group, they work together, they perform a specific what? Function. Once they perform a specific function, then we are talking about tissues. So a tissue is a group of similar cells working together to perform a specific function. We have a number of examples of tissues that we can talk about. We have muscle tissue. Okay, when you look at the muscle tissues, they help you to make a what? A movement. We have nervous tissue, transmit signals. For example, we talked about the nerve cell, for example. Now, what does the nervous tissue do? It is because of the nervous system, the tissues that we have, that will help you to transmit the signals. How are you able to hear? How are you able to feel? It's because of the what? The transmission of what? Of the signals. And this transmission of signals is performed by what? By the tissues, e.g. nervous tissue. We proceed, we look at the second one. Okay, so the second one is what we have, which is the organ, which is the third one, not the second one, but the organ. What is an organ? A structure made up of different tissues working together. Very interesting subject. Look at this. We have a cell which is made up of which is a basic unit of life. Now, when you have a group of cells that are working together to perform a specific function, they form what we call a tissue. Okay, now again, this tissue or these tissues that are formed, they are going to work together. Okay, they form a structure. Okay, so we have different tissues such as nervous tissue, you have muscle tissue. Now when they come together, they work together, they form what we call the or an organ. Okay, so each organ, it has a specific what function that it performs in your body. For example, you have different number of organs that we can talk about. We have lungs, we have the heart. What does the heart do? This organ, it has its specific what? It has its specific function that it does in your body. The heart is to pump the blood in your body, and it's because of the heart that you are surviving. You are receiving blood from different what? It is sending blood to the different parts of what? Of the body. Look at the lungs. Okay, it's because of the lungs that you are able to what? To breathe in. Okay, the process of breathing. So how is it this possible? It's because of what? These organs. So when they work together, because of these structures, they work together, they form an organ. So now these organs, they carry a specific what? Function, different specific function in the living what? Organisms. Very interesting topic. We have an organ system. Wow. So a group of organs working together to carry out a major body function. So now after organs, they work together, they form a group. Now this group working together to form what we call organ system. So organ system. I'll ask you to write the summary of these levels of cell organization. Examples of now these systems, you have digestive system, circulatory system, skeletal system, number of systems that we have in your body. For digestive system, it is just the breakdown of food. Okay, it starts where? From the mouth. You eat, you swallow, it enters your stomach, then the food will be broken down into smaller pieces so that the body, it can find it easy to get the what? The nutrients, and those nutrients will be used in your body and support your health. You have circulatory system, transport of blood. Okay, circulatory system for transporting of what? Of the blood. We also have the last one, which is called the organism. Now here on the organism, you have now a complete living thing. Okay, for example, you yourself. Okay, why are you called an organism? It is because you have cells in your body, you have tissues in your body, you have organs in your body, you have the organ system, and now you have what? You are an organism now. Okay, so a complete living thing capable of carrying out all life processes. So this organism, it can be unicellular or unicellular or multicellular. The difference between unicellular and multicellular is that multi, from the word multi, we are talking about multiple, which is many cells. Then uni, you are talking about one cell. Examples, we have us, human beings, we have dogs, we have trees. So all these are called what? Organisms. Okay, so now we come to the conclusion of our discussion. What have we talked about? What is the takeaway? What is the summary of our discussion? So the summary of our discussion, we are going to start from the simplest to the complex. Okay, from the simplest to the complex. So in an exam, if you remember very well, that question that I sent, there was a question that was asking you to write the summary. Okay, so the summary will be cells. Okay, cells, we have tissue. So this is the summary from simpler to the complex. From tissues, you have, let me even say cells, because we have a lot. We have cells, tissues, you have organs. So from the organs, okay, we have now organ systems. We have organ systems. We have organ systems. From organ systems, we now finally have what we call organisms. And finally, we have what we call the organism. So organisms, that's a complete living entity formed by these these systems. Okay, so this organization is vital for survival, is vital also for allowing efficiency in metabolic processes, as well as the adaptivity to the environment. Okay, so this is the end of our discussion, but if you have any question, drop a question, then I'll be able to attend to your question. But for now, we end here. Thank you so much for using your time, and follow us through this online platform.